Welcome back to Out and About. Today, we continue our buzz talk and move to Chick Fil A. Okay, Chick Fil A's first UK outlet to close in 6 months following LGBTQ protests. So basically, their lease was not renewed because of the outcry. Do you guys eat at Chick Fil A? That's where I'm going to go with this.
No.
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 Since when?
The second that it became public knowledge that they were discriminating and that they were funneling money into anti-LGBTQ causes, I was like, that's it. And I'm somebody who grew up loving Chick Fil A. I love Chick Fil A. But no, I was like, that's it. And I won't support Hobby Lobby. I mean, anybody like that. Nope.
I have on occasion eaten it if it's been provided to me, so maybe that
like
makes
in
me
the
a little,
workplace
yeah,
or
maybe
something?
makes me a little bit hypocritical in a sense, but I feel like if I didn't pay for it and it's there, I'm going to eat it. But that's about it. That's as far as I'll go.
In my workplace, it was, and I didn't eat it.
Yeah.
And
I think that's great.
I was like, nope, not going to.
I wish I had that willpower.
And we did let them know, and I know they did it innocently.
Sure.
It wasn't something that they thought, oh, we're supporting anti-LGBTQ, but it was like, no, I want you to be aware that this company does not support us, and so,
actively fights against us. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say I've eaten it more than you guys. I have a dear friend who eats it without consequence, or he just doesn't care. And then I read this, and it just makes me want to be a better person, because he says, I see people eating Chick-fil-A all the time. They say it's delicious. I see people who claim to be liberals eating Chick-fil-A, and I wonder if maybe I'm being a stick in the mud. But today, Uganda announced a bill that would make it okay to kill gay people. The National Christian Foundation paid a preacher to go to Uganda to help with this bill. Chick-fil-A funds the National Christian Foundation. Ain't no way a explicitive sandwich can be that good. Yeah, so I've got to change a little bit.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have a friend who actually, he got the recipe for it, and we call it the Chick-fil-A sandwich. And he'll make it at home, or have us over to his place, and he makes Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Best way to get around it.
We need to get him
right?
on the show.
We do.
And we need to give everybody the recipe and start changing.
Done.
Yeah, okay,
Steve,
so
we're calling you.
let's move on. Okay, should we start with the negative? Let's start so we can end on a positive. You
Okay.
know how I
Okay.
like to do that.
Me too.
So, county official rants about a queer running for president, loss of white men's rights. We've got a clip to show, and then we'll talk. Let's see the clip if we can. I know we weren't supposed to go to.
We got a queer running for president. I'm not the president. The by golly, a white male in this country has very few rights, and they're getting taken for every day.
What in the world, y'all? And I know, of course, as we tape this man might be forced out by the time it airs, because we tape a little early. We're taping really close to this story. I know we all feel the same way, but let's talk about it.
Well, you and I were talking before we went on air, and I thought it was very interesting, and we both agreed that it's a good thing we know that he's going to speak up and say it, because now we know. I mean, a lot of folks probably feel that way and then don't say anything, but to see it so rampantly in front of you, and then all those people supporting with their little flags, I mean, it was pathetic and scary at the same time.
It really is, and only I think one person got up and left.
Yeah.
And did I read that she was going to be running for something? Did I read that
The lady
story?
who got up and left? I didn't see that.
I think I read that somewhere too. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, she's running for, she's the Democratic chair of the county.
Okay, that's what okay, that's what it was. But are we surprised? No. I mean, the gloves, the mask, whatever is off. But I mean, it's still though. He knew that was being recorded, and
I am surprised that he did say that.
A little bit, but then you wonder, did he say that knowing that everybody in the room would support him? You know what I mean? Like, what was the motive?
Everybody was so happy cheering.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a reminder, because we do live in bubbles. We do. It is a reminder that a few hours away, and probably in our backyard somewhere, there are people like that. There are a lot of people. And the cheering and the Archie Bunker looks and...
Well, and the cheering comes from the folks who may not, they just needed that one little bit, they needed that one person to step out for them. Like probably nobody in that room would have stood up and said that, but as soon as he did, they were willing to jump on, which just sort of is like a little micro version of what we see with Trump. I mean, like with that whole administration, people now are empowered, or they feel empowered to say these sorts of things.
Right.
He didn't just start feeling this way, is what I'm trying to say.
Right, yeah, of course. And so our white men, gosh, they're
things are getting took away from him. He said,
poor white
he
men.
can't even talk.
Well, I mean, we've heard this saying time and time again, but when you're used to privilege, equality feels like oppression. I mean, there's no other better way I can think to put it. So, like they don't see the benefit in, sort of a rising tide raises all ships. That's not, I have to have something taken away from me in order for you to get something. It has to be a zero-sum game.
And it is important to say that a lot of people have come out Dollywood. I mean, that's
The
important.
Sevier County
Sevier
Commission,
County, yeah.
Right.
You know, they have said that's not our policy. We do not stand by that, and this is not something that we support. And they talked about being inclusive, so that's good to know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's just
Not
unfortunate.
surprising,
It's
yeah.
another story from Tennessee, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see that and you see other people pick it up all over the place.
Oh, it got all over the world
Yeah.
coverage.
And I don't think it'll deter a certain segment that probably.
No, it won't at all. It
Right.
reinforce it.
So we have a couple minutes left, and we're going to end on a high note like I like to end it. So our Metro Council has an LGBT caucus because we know that we elected 5 LGBT members to the council back in September, or it was August.
great.
There
Oh,
they
there they are.
are.
Yay.
It is so exciting to know that we've got, and I'm going to just tell you who they are in case you don't know. New members: Emily Benedict, District 7, Zach Young, 10, Russ Bradford, 13. And then we know Brett Weathers, District 6, and Nancy Van Reesen, 8, were reelected. The group, they have a 4-prong kind of mission in this caucus: to promote awareness, to provide context to legislation when necessary, ensure visibility. They'll make recommendation on matters as a whole when a majority of the caucus has a stated position. They will actively seek the opportunity to collaborate and support the minority caucus and the women's caucus. I just kind of went through that real quick because I think it is amazing, right?
is. It really is.
It's a luxury to have this. I mean, we worked hard, they worked hard.
Well, we just finished talking about a county government that's, well, you know, and then we get to see this. So I mean,
Right.
it's nice to see that the state can redeem itself in certain ways, but it's also nice to see a voting bloc and then to be able to make alliances. I mean, talk about
that's-
having a seat at the table. That's
Right.
great.
Yeah,
you know.
5 out of 40, 13%
Mm-hmm.
or so. Yeah, it makes me proud. We are in a bubble, though. Let's be.
But yeah, it's very encouraging. And you see that bubble, and real quickly, that you probably saw the story the other day, where the group came. They were big Trump supporters. They march on on our Capitol steps, supporting Trump and that sort of thing. And then you find out they're all from. I'm sorry, but they're all from Franklin. So they're not even in Nashville, but they come looking like they want people to think Nashville is this very.
Yeah, they go to the state capitol
Yes,
and
exactly.
yeah,
and all. But yeah, you still have to keep your eyes
All
open.
right, guys, we're out of time. We'll keep talking about it. We will. So up next, Brent is here with Vidalia and Gentry. You will not want to miss the drag talk that follows the short break.